Alright. Let's see. Get the overlay all up. Stuff. Alright. So, down here, in the bottom right hand corner of the map, currently up 1-0, it is our yellow Protoss ColdFlame.
And in the upper left-hand corner of the map, in the green trunks, he is Quackers. I didn't go for anything goofy there. I just went with the flow. ColdFlame making his pylon on the high ground once again. Going to opt for that early gateway expand. All right, so new meta. You called it, Panda.
New meta. Anyway, man. He saw this. He was like, you know what? There's no open beta yet. There's no public beta. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna gateway expand. I know it's gonna be the new meta in this next expansion.
It's gonna be like, I have a dream.
Yeah.
That one day we will not have to make a forge on our ramp.
Yeah. And then Blizzard was like, you know what? Yeah, it's gonna be called the Mothership Core.
We will comply, but we will put goatees on rocks.
Yeah. I feel I will never unsee that. That's gonna be ingrained in my mind. I will laugh anytime I see destructible rocks.
The rocks on this map have vines on them now too. I don't know if it's like that in Wings of Liberty. I don't think it is.
No, I can't imagine.
So,
I mean,
yeah,
they have.
rocks.
Oh wow, yeah. I did not even notice this.
I wonder if some guy at Blizzard got like drunk one night at home, like remoted into his work machine and was just like, I'm gonna make rock graphics right now. Just because Reddit Starcraft is complaining so much about rocks. I think that's how it happened.
I'm sure.
That's how we got the soul patch.
Yeah?
Yep. It's the story of the
Our
soul
trending
patch.
Twitter thing for tomorrow is gonna be soul patch.
Hashtag soul
Yeah,
patch.
it's gonna be it. This is gonna be some sort of speed play. He is taking all of his drones off gas now. This is kind of interesting. I'm not sure what this is going to accomplish. His opponent has gone for a gateway expansion, but, I mean, with the Zealot blocking that ramp with a Mothership Core out, I really don't see all that much that Speedling's going to be able to do.
No.
I mean, he can take his hatch knowing that 100% there's absolutely nothing that the Protoss can really do to destroy him. But, aside from that, I don't know.
Maybe prevent the natural? I mean,
That
if
could be.
he's able to just delay that expansion at the front, can put a soft contain onto ColdFlame, force him into a one-base scenario, you know, of course make ample defenses at home to prepare for the incoming all-in after that, but I guess when you have the Mothership Core available to you, those kind of things actually aren't that effective, now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, pretty much everything is not effective in the early game.
And the Protoss player is mining enough gas, moving up to what'll likely be a Mothership Core after getting the Warp Gate research started. Quackers is has not put anything back on gas just quite yet. So still just opting for a straight mineral play.
Oh, and the probe does survive. 4 HP. Even more lings coming out here, and 15 drones to 22 probes. Doesn't matter that it's one bases versus one base. It is the Protoss intention to get this natural base up and running. And the Zerg has to deny this. You don't
Here we go.
make this many lings to just... I don't even know where I'm going with this, but there's a Stalker. Yeah, he does manage to get this around, and the Stalker goes down, immediately forcing a cancel, and all is good for Quackers. That's all he wanted. Even gets a pylon for it. But unfortunately the Mothership Core is out, and it will destroy all.
I like his decision to take down his pylon here,
Yeah.
and then get out. Just sack the lings for the pylon. Maybe you'll supply block him. Maybe you'll throw him off his guard. Maybe he can't make another probe now. It is going to be a 4-gate follow-up here from ColdFlame. He's completely walled in, too.
Yeah, there is an Overlord in position to be able to potentially scout these additional gates, though. And that's kind of worrisome, because if this gets scouted, and he doesn't just use this to expand, then... I don't know.
I don't know, I'm a little worried from him too, because he's got to kill a pylon here, bring the supply down a little bit more, and then make another pylon.
And his opponent has speed, too.
ColdFlame's way.
I mean, it's not like your opponent's trying to catch you in a spot where, oh, I have like 3 spine crawlers, it doesn't even matter, I'm going to walk into your main and kill you. No, he has speedlings that he can try and use to engage here, but I mean, even if it's a Zealot heavy composition, or even if it's a Stalker heavy composition, I think that... Quackers is going to have what it takes to defend it. And yeah, it looks like he's just using these additional gates to build up production as he takes this natural expansion. No cancel!
No cancel! Oh.
There's a sinking feeling in your stomach when that happens to you.
I think I would just drop my head down onto my desk.
Yeah.
Like, gravity working against me here. Quackers made a Spore Crawler at his natural. Now, I don't know if this was in, like, anticipation of a Stargate play, or...
DTs.
Really,
probably.
DTs? Yeah, I don't really know. But he made it very, very early.
Yeah. And he's actually getting additional gas before grabbing that third base. Not really at an ideal saturation at this point, but he is getting there.
I don't feel like he's taking full advantage of killing off that natural.
Yeah. I mean, you saw the amount of units your opponent had. You saw how like avidly he was trying to expand. Use that and take a third base. Get more ahead. Unless you have just utter confidence in the fact that you can destroy your opponent from a 2-base timing to follow this up, that he just won't be prepared for because that early economy was denied to him. These lings are still being really active, and that's something I really applaud him doing.
Yeah.
Oh, these lings I don't think's quite scouted the army moving out from his opponent, but he's actually coming back. Never mind.
Well, I guess you don't often see the Zerg going for the 2-base timing against the Protons.
Yeah, I know, right?
So this is feeling very, very strange to me right now. In fact, Quackers is making spine crawlers at his ramp. I don't know why, though. Alright.
I am confuzzled. We have an Evo Chamber going down, too. It makes me kind of think that he wants to go for Infestors, but there's a Spire on the way. Which would be, like, really common, considering the fact that he went for these 3 gas. And there's a Twilight Council, so most likely Blink Plague following this up. Unless he wants to go for those early Stalker Archon timings again.
I'd be okay with that. 5 spines now down at the ramp for Quackers.
I have a player going for Mutas, but it's a lot of it. It is a huge investment, considering he hasn't taken a third yet.
This is really effective use of the Mothership Core.
Oh, absolutely.
Down its active creep tumors.
I mean, what can kill it? You're going to send a lone queen out there to take on a Mothership Core? No way.
Feels like it attacks way too fast.
Yeah. We haven't seen a PvT yet, though. Just Mothership Core winning the game.
Yeah, it's like,
oh my God.
You didn't make Marines?
I think it was Hart that just died in the Total Visca tourney, that just straight up died to a Mothership Core in like 2 stock provoke.
It's really frustrating.
Yeah.
Dark Shrine.
Alright. So there will be Dark Shrine and Blink, because now the Dark Shrine does cost 100 gas, 100 minerals less. And he does have foreknowledge of his opponent trying to creep up the third base.
Well, that's the way to go against if you're going to be up against Mutas. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better composition than that, except for maybe some High Templar with full energy.
Blink
and
Archon? Hell yeah.
He's got his opportunity to make +2 as well. He is going to opt instead for that +1 armor. So I'm a little curious with that. I think I would have rather seen him go for that straight into a +2 attack, and then maybe hit a timing once that completes on the third base.
Yeah. I think he just wants the upgrades against the Lings, because like straight up plus attack is really common with robo pushes, or like with some sort of really stalker heavy blink play. I think he's going more like, my opponent's making a crap ton of Lings, I need something to buffer there. And armor will definitely help buffer him a little bit while the stalkers go pew pew.
It'll help the, well, I guess it won't help the Archons too much.
Alright, so Quackers is actually going to commit to this, and there's not all that much anti-air.
Guardian Shield will save that Stalker's life.
The Mothership Core is still on the field too. Remember, it can empower that Nexus, giving it the ability to shoot things at tremendous range. The first Dark Templar making its way across the map. There is no proxy pylon. Utter map control has just been denied by Quackers. And ColdFlame hasn't been able to get a single pylon up without him knowing.
Alright, the Commuta is moving across, going to target down both of these pylons perhaps. Don't empower the gateways.
Oh, that hurts.
That kind of, yeah. Now he sees the Dark Shrine as well.
Guardian Shield going down, trying to save that sentry will be to no avail. And yeah, there's the Empower on the Nexus. What is that called?
Ooh.
Meanwhile, oh man, Overseer already morphed in here at the third base, and I don't think the DTs killed a single worker. No. DTs did absolutely nothing.
Yeah. So everything kind of spiraling out of control here for ColdFlame. All of a sudden he's got Mutas in his base, he's unable to warp in as many units as he'd like to. Gonna engage these units head on, but
he just doesn't have enough, but he needs to keep those gateways alive. They do die. And it looks like Quackers is making a good call to try and tie this up at 1-1. I mean, Blink has completed, but the Stalker count just isn't there.
Yep. And most importantly, there's no third base for the Protoss player. He's forced to continue to make units.
The Cyber Core goes down.
That's a big problem.
Yeah. I mean, you can make Archons now. Cool. But rebuilding your Cyber Core before you have a third base, it's not something you want to do ever.
He's got enough gas to make Archons as well. I
guess.
Yes,
this is something that I was questioning too. But, I mean, let's see. I don't know.
Where are the units?
There are just not there. There are 6 Stalkers right now on the field here. 9 Zealots. But his opponent's just making more and more mutas. He knows the anti-air just isn't there, and here we do have a couple Dark Templar joining the field.
Alright. Alright. +2 on the way for the Protoss player. Clinging to straws at this point. The +2 armor is going to go down there. There's just way too many mutas on the field. This is getting a little ridiculous right now. 20 mutas in total compared to the 7 Stalkers, 1 Archon, and 1 Mothership Core. I feel like ColdFlame may be able to defend if he gets that buff on his Nexus there, the Photon Overcharge. But beyond that, with third base, Zerg taking his 4th now,
yeah,
it feels like Quackers is in complete control of this game.
I mean, look at his meter count. It's ridiculous. You need so many Archons to try and break this, or some ridiculously good Storms.
So that very early Ling play has paid off so far,
yeah.
And
I mean, now he's taking a 4th base. Doesn't
maybe
quite
gateway,
have full saturation yet, but
maybe the gateway first isn't the way to go, Hana.
Maybe not.
I don't know.
I think it was just one of those. I don't want to say blind build order counters because it's really silly to consider a speed build to blind counter to any sort of like 1 gate. But I mean, he just was not able to get that Nexus up.
You got the best of that canceled death.
Oh my god, yeah.
Definitely hurt too. Alright. So actually a decent amount of Archons here, and with the blink, let's see what he can actually make happen.
Yeah, he
here.
has
But
2 cannons here as well, which is going to help.
Alright, I'm going to the active forces tab.
Alright. What does it say?
I have no idea
What's
how to
the command?
this.
A?
It's A.
I would imagine it's just straight up army supply.
Well, in that case, Quackers is way ahead.
126.
I don't understand.
I don't understand the differentiation.
Nope.
I mean, like, wouldn't Control A... I guess sometimes you just want something like that on the tab. I don't know.
Don't know.
I'm just confused.
Well, ColdFlame's going to try to take a 3rd. But 25 banelings are going to have something to say about that.
There's an upgrades tab too.
Cool.
That's cool. I really like that. Unfortunately, like, the follow command is still broken. For those of you wondering at home. But there are banelings, they have speed. Here's some mutas too. You cannot take a 3rd base against the Zerg. And that is just a disgusting amount of Zerg against this Protoss, who really doesn't have the units to be able to hold this. There goes the cancel on everything. Still 30 Mutos alive, no Archons left. 14 Stalkers trying to make a miraculous hold. As these remaining cannons do get destroyed. The DT is doing a good job cleaning up the Lings, but it's just not enough. There are way too many Mutas here.